How do you do? Lord Bobbity Fortescue here, playing the games I left behind. That is, the games I played in the fondly remembered days of yesteryear. Now that I'm in my dotage, I'm returning to play them once more. Each broadcast from Fortescue Towers will focus on one piece of electronic entertainment from my past. And here we are, back at my beginning, 1983, the year I tried and failed to get through all 20 diabolically difficult levels of Manic Miner, a platform game designed by a young whippersnapper named Matthew Smith, first published for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum by Bug Byte software. One plays this character in white, Miner Willy, and must collect all objects in all levels before returning home. This is the screen with which I am most familiar, on account of it being the only one I was any good at. Oh, completing this level made me feel like a gaming god. We're introduced to what I believe the young folk call game mechanics, but what I think I'll call the game's core buddhas. The character movement, the acceptable fall distance, the enemy movement, the collectables, the score, the overall objective, and the limited air, etc. Now, about this blonde beast in the centre. I saw many such critters in my time, out in the great uncharted wilds, deep in the heart of the interior. At least I think I did. Jaundiced gin giants we used to call them, on account of their yellowness, their size, and their propensity to appear when one was enjoying one's third glass of gin. Still, spirit-inspired illusions or not, they were devilishly deadly, especially when cornered. Now we are heading to the cold room, and there's one thing I always say about cold. It is that cold is the opposite of hot. What? There are many birds in this game. Here we have penguins. Oh, I've always liked the penguin. It seems to me like a bird upon which one can rely. The solid, dependable penguin. This is in contrast to, say, the lappet-faced vulture, the Peruvian booby, or that other intimate of a cold climate, the Himalayan snow cock. I wouldn't turn my back on any of those birds. But penguins, now, are fellows with whom one can entrust one's monocle. In this level we also appear to have ice lollies. It's rare when cold I fancy something cold in my mouth. Rare, but not unknown. As when hiking in the Alps, I once craved Knickerbocker glory. Here we have the menagerie, and more birds. I was saying to my old chum, Bunty Norris, only yesterday, I love an exotic bird. Rather too many of them here for my liking, mind. And why don't they fly? Perhaps they do. Perhaps they do. Perhaps they do-dos. Oh, I do like a do-do. No, they're not as trustworthy as penguins. As you can see by now, every room is a puzzle, some more perplexing than others. One needs to find an optimal route. Sometimes it is a matter of conserving one's air for maximum points when completing the level. But it can be even more important than that, as often a single miscalculation can leave one completely stymied, stuck on a platform from whose bourne no traveller returns, as Shakespeare might say. These spiders are irritating, though of course one supposes that is rather the point. They are there to frustrate progress, not aid it. I once had a terrible time with the spider, standing in the way of my progress, as it were, and trip out the old rules. It just hung from the steering wheel, like a particularly Gothic pendulum. It stared at me, not only as if it owned the thing, but as if it had invented steering. In the end, I left him stewing in his own web, while I had a perambulation around the grounds of Fortescue Towers. I think we can all see who the winner was in that situation. Now, abandon uranium workings, there are several aspects that point to the cultural context of this game, or so cultural historians tell me. I always keep an academic or two to hand. Doing so allows one to dial up an insight, as it were, rather than going to the bother of developing one for oneself. A ghastly way to spend one's time, thinking deeply. Show me a man who likes thinking deeply, and I'll show you a fool. Anyway, I have it on good authority that these uranium workings point to the politics and fear of nuclear warfare which prevailed in the 1980s. What with uranium being at the heart of one of these awful atomic bombs. My boffin buddies tell me that the inclusion of this level is a touch of satire. These seals I find too disturbing to speak of, so I think I'll move on to the next level slightly before Miner Willy gets there. The next level is Eugene's Lair, which does apparently reference a real-life Eugene, one who doubted this game's commercial appeal. He certainly shouldn't have. Manic Miner became one of the best-selling and most beloved games of its era. I once knew a man called Eugene, a splendid fellow, played a gallopingly good game of cricket. He had a bowl faster than greased uranium. You really wouldn't want one of his balls in your face. Became an inventor, as I recall, concentrating on specialist ukuleles. Eureka Ukulele Eugene, we used to call him. Oh, what a lovely string-strumming man he was. I don't know what all these lavatories are about, though. Oh, no place in a computer game, lavatories. They make me flush with anger. Do you get it? Flush. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe, tell your chums, like me. Until next time, this is Lord Fortescue saying, Toodle Pipsy!